A cop pulled a gun on a black woman and laughed at her CIA badge. Moments later, he was in handcuffs. But before we dive deep into this shocking and powerful story, go ahead and smash that subscribe button, and don't forget to hit the like, because stories like this need to be heard, loud and clear. Monica Hayes had been driving for over an hour. The night air thickened around her like a weighted blanket, wrapping the road in eerie silence. Her thoughts were still circling the top-secret meeting she'd just stepped out of, one that could shape national security for years to come. As the newly sworn-in CIA director, and the first black woman to ever hold that powerful position, Monica wasn't a stranger to intensity. Pressure? She lived in it. Long nights? Normal. International threats? A daily thing. But nothing prepared her for what would unfold on an empty highway where status meant nothing and power wore a badge. Then, out of nowhere, it happened. Her rearview mirror exploded with red and blue strobes, spinning like chaos behind her. A patrol car was tailing her, its siren silent but aggressive. Her eyes flicked to the speedometer, a steady 65 miles per hour. No speeding, no swerve, no reason. But that cruiser? Still closing in. She exhaled slowly, tension tightening across her chest like a vice. This wasn't new. Not completely. But it never felt normal. Carefully, she guided her car to the shoulder. Her mind switched gears fast. She started running through the mental checklist every black person knows too well. Composed face. Calm voice. Visible hands. Say nothing extra. Monica knew the rules. She wrote some of them. But deep down, she also knew rules don't always protect you. Especially when the person holding the gun doesn't see your humanity. Through her side mirror, she spotted the officer getting out. His walk was stiff, robotic. His hand hovered dangerously close to his holster. His flashlight sliced through the darkness, like a weapon, landing square in her face. She kept both hands clearly visible, steady on the wheel. Her voice didn't waver. "Good evening, officer," she greeted, cool and controlled, every syllable measured. He didn't return the civility. Not even a nod. "License and registration," he barked, flat, hostile, mechanical. No reason. No explanation. Her heartbeat quickened, but she kept chewing her gum slow, methodical, to mask the anxiety coiling inside her chest. "May I ask the reason for the stop?" she asked, voice even, respectful but alert. He stared. Too long. Then just repeated himself. "License and registration." Monica paused. Her instincts kicked in sharp, honed, the same ones that saved her in war zones and on diplomatic battlegrounds around the world. This wasn't just off. This felt wrong. Danger tingled at the edges of her awareness. "Sir, I'm reaching for my purse on the passenger seat," she said slowly, intentionally. He gave no reply. She moved anyway, deliberate, precise, and handed him her CIA credentials along with her driver's license. The badge. The seal. Her name. Her position. He didn't even touch them. Just glanced. Then sneered. "CIA," he muttered, eyes flicking from the ID back to her face with something like amusement. She gave a firm nod, her lips drawn tight. Then, his next command turned the night from tense to terrifying. "Step out of the vehicle." Everything froze. Her pulse pounded. Her mind calculated. "Excuse me?" she asked, tone clipped and sharp as glass. The officer stepped back, just slightly, but now his hand was nearly on his gun. "Step out." Every training, every survival story, every worst-case scenario she'd ever read rushed to the front of her brain. This wasn't a routine stop. This was a power play. Her breath slowed, deliberate, cold. She knew what was coming next. He reached for the door. That's when it snapped. This wasn't about the law. It never was. This was about control. Her left hand shot out, clamping the door shut from the inside before he could open it. "Step back, officer," she said, voice laced with steel, smooth but commanding. "You're out of protocol." But he didn't flinch. "I said step out," he roared. The mask of professionalism was gone. Authority had turned into threat. She'd seen men like him before. Men who thought the badge gave them permission to intimidate, to dominate, to erase. It wasn't her ID that bothered him. It was her existence. Then, more headlights. Relief? Maybe. But it soured fast. Another cruiser pulled up. Reinforcements. Not rescue. Out stepped a second officer. No badge number. No nameplate. No body cam.
Tall. Broad. Silent.
He wasn't here to ask questions. He was here to finish what had started. They shared a glance, a silent exchange Monica could feel in her bones. This the problem? The second one asked. Just a non-compliant driver. The first replied, smirking. They were closing in now. The second man spoke. Ma'am, step out of the vehicle. Not Director Hayes. Not Ms. Hayes. Just ma'am. Like she was some faceless, nameless obstacle in their way. Disregarded.
Dismissed.
Her grip tightened on the wheel. She didn't move. She knew how this story ends. How it always ends when no one's watching. And then it happened. The first officer lunged and grabbed her wrist. Too hard. Too sudden. Pain lit up her arm. She yanked back, yelling, "Get your hands off me." The second officer grabbed his radio. "We've got a non-compliant suspect," he said, already spinning the story. Already writing her out of it. Not a woman. Not a high-ranking official. Just a suspect. Then, cold metal flashed. The first officer drew his weapon. The barrel hovered near her face. Time cracked. Silence fell, drenched in threat. Then a voice, cutting through the darkness like salvation. "I'm recording this." Monica turned, just enough to see him. A man on the roadside, phone raised, face glowing in the screen's light. Witness. Everything stopped. The officer stalled. Tension rippled. Then, sirens again. This time, the real backup. Squad cars encircled them. Doors opened. A third officer approached. Recognition in his eyes. Director Hayes? Everything changed. The gun lowered. The handcuffs turned. The first officer was arrested, right there in the gravel. The second? Suspended immediately. No badge. No shield. Not anymore. By dawn, the video was everywhere. Viral. By lunchtime, the Justice Department was involved. By night, the officer faced formal charges. And for once, justice didn't tiptoe. It hit hard and hit back. But hear this. This wasn't about one man with a gun and a grudge. It was about a system, one that lets those men thrive, unchecked, protected. If this shook you, don't just scroll. Don't just whisper about it. Speak up. Stay loud. Demand more. Because justice? It's not handed out. It's fought for every single day.